the late 1970s, Alice Cooper had become rock and roll royalty, but a decade of recording and performing had extracted a toll.
At first, he created this persona, and then he lived that persona. So he was in Alice Cooper 24/7, and Alice was a maniac. What would Alice do? Alice would drink everything that was in the bar. He became this raging alcoholic. And you know,
Alice's preoccupation with drinking was overtaking every aspect of his life, even spilling into his lyrics.
Sometimes I drink more than I need.
In the beginning, when Alice started drinking, it really helped his character.
Until the TV's dead and gone.
Playing a character that's so evil.
Well, I may be lonely, but I'm never alone.
The alcohol
And the night
helped his performance.
may pass me by, but I never cry.
But in the end, he paid a very heavy price for it when it started to really bleed into his real life. The Alice on stage, through the alcohol, became the Alice off stage, and life wasn't happy anymore.
Sometimes I'd rather be blind.
And he realized a lot of people who'd gone off the deep end with him were no longer around.
And you know.
He said, wait a minute, it's time to make peace with Alice Cooper.
No, I never.
Alice committed himself to a New York State mental hospital, battling his addictions and trying to understand when the person he had been changed into the character he had created.
I used to think that Alice, the character, was the madness. I used to think that he was the cause of all troubles in my life, that he was a villain of all time, until I realized that he didn't have any idiosyncrasies. He was pure in what he did, whereas the other 22 hours during the day was the guy with all the idiosyncrasies and all the real madness. My psychiatrist said, where's the problem here? It's not with Alice, it's you.
You look at any great artist in any field area, victim of their environment. And in his Cooper-esque way, out of that came one of the best pieces of product I think he's ever done, because it's so real. And such a direct link between his art and his life.
Are you gonna see me now? Please don't see me ugly, baby.
As he had done throughout his career, Alice sought refuge in his songwriting, releasing the album From the Inside about his time in the asylum. He bared his soul in How You Gonna See Me Now, based on a letter he wrote to his wife Cheryl while in lockdown.
Are you gonna love a man when the man gets home?
How You Can See Me Now, the song that really resonated for Cheryl and him was the drinking. Did that make me the personality that you were attracted to? Or did I drink so much that you can't ever come back?
He incorporated it into the songs, and that's what I get so much from Alice, is that Alice lives those lyrics.
That's how you touch people. He has a genius for touching people.
His trajectory took him to the very top and to the very bottom, and then he went back up again. That just doesn't happen. It's a testament to his strength of character.
Getting clean and sober took several years for Alice, during which time he released 7 albums and appeared in 2 films. In 1989, his hit single Poison had him back on the top of the charts and playing to sold-out crowds around the world again.
He got his second wind and focused even more on album after album after album, tour, album. He has the franchise built in, kind of. It's like an institution.
He's still a rock star, like all day long. Wherever you go with Alice Cooper, people just, conversation ceases, people look at him, it's Alice Cooper, it's Alice Cooper.
Alice just comes out with the confidence of, like, if you don't put your fist in the air, I'm going to kill you. He doesn't have to talk with God. He doesn't have to stand up, make some noise. He just looks at them and they do it.
I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing till they got a hold of me.
You have an audience at your command, and you have two switches you can flip on. You can flip on the, oh gosh, it's great to be here switch, or you're mine. I have you for 2 hours. That's my switch.
Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2011, Alice Cooper's influence reaches into every corner of rock and roll.
My dog bit me on the leg today. I can't cloud my eyes.
There's a handful of artists over time that, you know, are kind of the icon.
Alice Cooper was the guy that bucked the establishment to such a shocking degree that the ripple effect went out to Madonna and Lady Gaga and Britney Spears and all these people that you would never even think of.
Lady Gaga said, "Oh, Mr. Cooper, it's so great to meet you. Talk to my band. I access you 25 times a day during my rehearsals. You are the greatest influence on my career."
I think he's influenced the whole business.
Everyone's ripped him off. Everyone knows that guy Nickel.
It almost feels like everybody owes him everything.